We are going to change it.
The children suffer while the wealthy and the super rich ride around in their fancy limousines going out to the golf courses to spend their time. Mr. Speaker, this legislation is a small step forward in addressing this problem. It asks the very wealthiest 1% of our population to pay more in taxes while helping our children, the most vulnerable and hurting people in our society.
I had to lay off a third of the office staff today.
Hey, everybody.
I've got some bad news. I don't know how it came to this. The rules keep changing.
What do you mean we're gonna get fined? Right? We haven't even opened the factory yet.
There's this flame retardant in your fire safety equipment. EPA is gonna fine you if you use it. And OSHA is gonna fine you if you don't. So you just pick the smaller fine.
In so many ways, we have forgotten about the rule of law. What the rule of law means is the rule of laws, rather than the rule of men and bureaucrats.
Initially, the powers of the federal government were strictly limited to a few specific things. The sad fact is that entire bureaucracies exist because the Constitution has been reinterpreted and reinterpreted to the point that politics really do trump the rule of law now.
Where do you get the right to come in here and tell me how to run my own business?
You know what I like about the Constitution? How short it is. It leaves a lot of room for creative interpretation. Enjoy your audit.
Imagine trying to run a business where every time you turned around the rules changed, and those who made the rules assumed you were guilty until proven innocent.
It's not hard to imagine, because that's what it's like for many businesses today.
The uncertainty this creates in the market scares away entrepreneurs and the jobs they create.
Just stop. If we can't afford to stay in business here, we can just go somewhere where we can.
Where are we going to go? You know, it's a federal regulation.
We're putting the very ideas of constitutionalism and rule of law to the test. Where does it stop? When do we return to constitutional fidelity?
At this very moment, the first African-American president is preparing to take bold and historic executive action. And what problem has the leader of the free world chosen to solve with his immense presidential powers? Has he decided to create millions of new jobs for the black community? Has he decided to use his pen and phone to fix our declining schools? Or has he decided to reform a criminal justice system that will send 1 out of 3 black men to prison? No. President Obama has chosen to bypass Congress and the Constitution to grant citizenship to over 5 million illegal immigrants. In the black community, poverty is at an all-time high. We already struggle to provide adequate health care, housing, and education for our people. We have so little as it is, and now we are being asked to share. We've already seen examples of this in Louisiana, when Mary Landrieu and her Washington cronies forced 1,500 immigrant teenagers onto the backs of Louisiana taxpayers earlier this year. In just their first 2 months, they cost Medicaid in Louisiana $3.7 million, and it made a multi-million-dollar impact on our school system. But these 1,500 kids didn't move into Mary Landrieu's neighborhood. They did not move into the gated communities of Mary's fancy donors. They moved into our neighborhoods. They brought their sick to our hospitals. They brought their gang violence to our streets. But why on earth, after all the tribulations we have endured, would we be asked to sacrifice even more? Well, the answer to that is easy. Politics. No matter what the Democrats do or don't do for us, 95% of us will line up to vote for them every single time. And they hope that these 5 million new citizens will do the same. You are just a vote. And they can always count on you. But to them, you don't count.
Being free to choose for me means being free to make your own decisions. Free to live your own life, pursue your own goals, chase your own rainbow, without the government breathing down on your neck or standing on your shoes. For me, that meant coming here to America, because I came from a socialistic country where the government controls the economy. It's a place where you can hear 18-year-old kids already talking about their pension. But me, I wanted more. I wanted to be the best. Individualism like that is incompatible with socialism. So I felt I had to come to America. I had no money in my pocket, but here I had the freedom to get it. I've been able to parlay my big muscles into big business and a big movie career. And along the way, I was able to save and invest. And I watched America change. And I noticed this, that the more the government interfered and intervened and inserted itself into the free market, the worse the country did. But when the government stepped back and let the free enterprise system do its work, then the better we did, the more robust our economy grew, the better I did, and the better my business grew, and the more I was able to hire and help others.
America is a radical idea of freedom, unique in human history. A vision of government conceived in liberty and founded on moral principles. This idea that freedom comes from God, not the state, and that the pursuit of happiness is a right enshrined in our Constitution and manifested in our free enterprise system. A system that works because it's built upon man's innate desire to strive for excellence. Today, some offer a different message of hope, with the promise of change that would transform America from its founders' vision of self-reliance to government dependence. But Americans have never been willing to exchange risk and opportunity for predictability and mediocrity. Our free enterprise system is rooted in rugged individualism and self-determination, and it not only created the largest economy on earth, but the most charitable country in the world. America's generosity isn't a government mandate, it's the exercise of individual choice, neighbor helping neighbor. Because Americans understand that freedom is a moral responsibility. No other system on earth has lifted up so many from the degradation of poverty and provided opportunity and reward to citizen and immigrant alike, willing to endure hard work in pursuit of their dream. Socialism, communism, class warfare, and income redistribution by any name isn't fair. It's tyranny, where an elite few determine who gets what and how much. That not only robs man of his innate dignity, but it's always failed. America doesn't guarantee success. She promises opportunity. And our system wasn't designed to prevent failure. It promotes competition because competition inspires greatness. Only a free and open marketplace fuels creativity, ingenuity, and innovation. It challenges us to reach for the stars and discover our true potential, rewarding those who dare courageously to defend what they love. That's the secret to America's success. That is American exceptionalism. That is the American dream